Baby Do, the light bringer.
And I am the Fur Man.
The moon and star, come to me through fire and war. Oh, oh, come near afar, come and look upon the heart, upon the heart. Oh, lay down your weapons, it is not too late for my mercy. Oh, oh, come and look upon the heart, upon the heart. Oh, 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 I'm a god, how can you kill a god? What a grand...
All right. So,
Ooh,
2025.
ooh, welcome to the new year.
This is day 32 of trying to be more popular than peaches and cherries. Boobs and butt. Ass and titties, if you will.
Oh, them big old cherries.
We're trying to
Them
be
juicy peaches.
more popular, okay? Not an easy task.
No, but we are scaling that mountain.
So, starting out the new year, a trend that I've seen growing over the past few years.
Ooh,
One thing I want to talk about
what you got?
is it seems like New Year's resolutions are just continually getting more and more hate.
Well, that's because it's right up there with Santa love.
The Santa love?
The Santa love. Oh man, we've got them people out there loving them big beards and them people giving them serious presents, but you know, it's hard to live up to.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and then you've got them high expectations. You know, I'm not only going to work out, but you know what? I'm going to lose 250 pounds.
So you think people overdo it?
Way overdo it.
Yeah. You know, I think we kind of hit a point as a society, and this maybe it foreshadows like some marketing of the future. But there's so much self-hatred, I think, ingrained in the average person today that it's almost something just to shit on. Aspirations as a whole. Like, oh yeah, this year you're going to lose 40 pounds. Ha! Well, what'd you do on day one? Be hungover?
Oh, wow. But there's not that little voice inside their head. It's like, you know what? You didn't eat a Jersey Mike sub.
Yeah. Everybody seems to be hating on the New Year's resolutions, and I just don't get it. Like, I get that people say all the time things they're going to do, and it would be better if they spent the whole year trying to improve their lives rather than making a commitment in the new year. However, shitting on people's aspirations, I just don't understand it. You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. I mean, there are reality check kind of people.
Yeah.
And then there's also shitting on reality people.
Yeah.
Look, Tooth Fairy may not be real, but you know what? Let's go ahead and keep the magic alive for those who believe.
It just I see every influencer hating on the New Year's resolution. It's like, oh yeah, you said you were going to do this year. You said that last year too, and guess what? No changes.
Oh, I keep those fucking influencers in my back pocket. I'm sorry, but like, oh, you're not gonna make 1 billion views. Okay, all right, well, that's fair. Oh shit.
We are currently in the middle of a gumball crisis, Chad.
Yeah, we're
the
having...
gumball crisis has begun.
Yep. Sorry about that. Oh,
and
yeah.
But I think it speaks to a narrative that's forming, and I really see this coming. A marketing angle of self-hate. You know, there'll come a point where a product will be sold not by what it can do for you, but simply by how bad of a person you are.
Yeah, they kind of use that as the back pocket excuse.
It'll no longer be, Air Jordans are going to make you jump like Jordan. It's going to be, look, Jamal, we know your dad left to get the milk and you don't have any self-worth. And these new Jordans are going to...
They could make you the next thing to make sure that they do.
I'm just saying.
Ow.
And I feel like we've hit a point where we're going to allow that to be the case. We're going to allow people to market their products to us in that fashion. Talk down to us. Like,
kind of like, oh, well, you could be good enough, but
yeah,
you're not.
Yeah. Like organic milk. Yeah, you could care about your family and not give them the ultra pasteurized, ultra filtered products. But we know you're a bummy little rodent who doesn't care about his family. Boom, cue the ad for the organic milk.
Organic milk.
That's coming. What do you think?
Well, with 2% milk, you could not give a fuck about your family with a whole percent milk, but now with 2% milk.
So that actually makes me think of something else when it comes to predatory marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So Meta, the company Meta, Facebook, AI, Instagram, Meta owns those brands. Mark Zuckerberg.
The ones that just ban porn.
Yeah. They've announced plans to start integrating AI users into their platforms that they create. So like bots of the past, like this is a bot account.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they themselves now are saying they're going to make their own bot accounts to further engagement on the platform. And so these like this big tech company Meta is going to start putting fake people on their platforms to boost engagement. So like the 42-year-old guy named Doug who tried and post thirst traps every week to get some young girl to hit on him is now potentially going to get an AI girl, and he's too old to know the difference. And it's going to be sponsored by Meta talking to him in the DMs to keep him on the platform longer and open him up to more ad exposure.
Yeah, but what you don't realize about Ralph is that he loves playing in the ball pits.
Hey, they're going to have guys and gals. AI guys and gals.
Man, I tried to go ahead and get a tattoo posted today. This one.
You tried to post it?
Yeah. I tried to go ahead and get this one colored in. A little bit, a little tasteful.
Yeah.
Menage a trois. But you know what? I got hit up with 14 different bots. Go ahead. Send me $200. Send me $500. Send me $600.
Yep.
Disgusting.
But AI, in the future, you're going to have a bot, courtesy of Meta, that's going to be like, cute idea. Let me see, let me see more.
See, the problem being is that I had a lot of people hit me up, and they were like, oh, when do you want this filled? Oh, when do you want this covered?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
today.
Over in Dubai.
Well, they don't seem to understand you're a man of action. A lot of people, they're like, let's schedule an appointment. No, you're the type, if you can't get that shit right there on the spot, right, you ain't getting it.
Yeah.
You just do.
Yeah, I'm covered in tattoos.
From the neck to the toes.
Which, when you get to the toes, that's when it gets more explicit. Oh my god, it's slobbering time is on my calf.
But yeah, so what do you think? AI users taking over these platforms, good or bad?
Oh man, I think it's disgusting.
It is.
I can't believe that we have AI generators come out there and be like, "Oh, hello. Can I get your name, social security, phone number, and your mother's maiden name?"
Yeah.
On a fucking tweet. Oh, I'm sorry. On a X post or a Facebook post. Disgusting.
So I've been pretty anti-AI when it comes to human connection.
Mm,
I think obviously human-to-human connection is superior.
mm.
However, I ran into an instance the other day that got me thinking more. I might actually prefer AI in this way, and it's
¿Por qué?
the average customer service experience when it comes to relating to another human has gotten so bad
So bad?
that I actually think AI might do a better job. Like, people don't have manners anymore. They don't even know how to talk. If you go,
I am very much upset about the correspondence. Sorry, correspondent. The talkies.
all these people know how to say is, "Will you be using the mobile app today?"
Oh my god.
And then they'll say, "I'm sorry, could you repeat that?" And then they'll say, "I'm sorry, could you repeat that?" And then they'll say, "Your total is."
Ugh.
And I'm like, I'd rather just have an AI that says "sir" and "thank you." I'd just rather have that at that point.
I am so motherfucking upset about this goddamn correspondence I've had with the AI. Oh, well, hello, it's okay. Hello, thank you. That's what you'd rather want?
I've encountered some AIs in customer service that I was actually like, hey, pretty nice.
Mm,
Respectful robot.
this man loves the Roblox.
Tell me why a human says, "Will you be using the mobile app today?" but the AI does not. Explain that to me.
Because the Roblox is already a part of it.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, future of AI. So speaking of these platforms and making some rash decisions, I'm growing a little bit concerned about Elon Musk.
Yeah.
So I've been a big fan of Trump and Elon. I like that they came together. I think they have the potential to make some big change. But this week, some things happened on Twitter which have shaken up a lot of people, myself included.
For those who can't see my eyebrows, they are very much aroused at this situation.
So
Porque?
what's happened is Elon sort of made himself as an authority of free speech in the modern world, right? He's the one tech guy who owns a social company who isn't filtering people's shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, makes a claim on it. He stakes a claim. Free speech is the most important thing.
Which is hilarious, but okay.
So, and he'd made a vow he'd never silence his enemies or silence his opposers on Twitter. He's like, they are free to stay.
The non-neo-Nazis, yeah.
However, this week, many accounts that disagreed with him on a key issue have been demonetized. And some have been outright removed from the platform. Yeah.
Whoa.
So the issue in particular is a visa program called the H-1B, which is how basically skilled labor can come into this country to work on an expedited criteria. Like, let's say India is a great example because that's the main one they're using. But let's say you're an Indian who's incredibly good at software engineering and what have you, and Tesla wants you to come work for them.
Mm-hmm.
You can apply for an H-1B. You can come over for an extended amount of time and work.
Okay, what about the house workers?
So even though that does happen, ideally that's not what it's for. If it's a job that can be easily replaceable, then you should in theory be less likely to get that approved.
Okay, so we're talking more technological than physical. Because we have many house builders,
Mm-hmm.
house manufacturers which make their shit with good quality,
Right.
which we're not going to go ahead and call anybody out on this podcast, Clayton. But you have many of those who are willing to give physical products rather than metaphysical products
Mm-hmm.
and make that the exchange.
Yeah. Well, so basically, Elon and Trump, there's a proposal to reform the H-1B to make it even more accessible, even easier for skilled labor to come to America.
Okay.
And a lot of like MAGA enthusiasts, conservatives, and what have you are against this. They'd rather it stay local. They'd rather it stay in America.
Mm.
And
do we have the Americans to go ahead and supply that demand?
I mean, no. But at least the people of these companies say no. Like Elon claims that the skilled labor he needs is not findable in America. There's not enough people to do the job. He needs these people to come and do more work for him. And it's also, they're staking a claim on the morality stance, which is America should be a country that is predicated on being the best and the brightest and the most industrial, you know, the winners of the world, essentially. America's supposed to be where the winners come to work. And if we do away with the H-1B, we're going to lose out on a ton of high-level talent because they won't be able to get over here.
Yeah. I mean, if you make Ellis Island completely inaccessible, then, you know, then you're only going to go ahead and get the dregs.
Yeah. We got somebody in the chat going, until the illegals are gone, I don't care about visas.
Ooh.
And yeah, I would agree.
Take.
No, I agree with that. It instantly swapped from a discussion about illegals coming across the border to Indians coming over who actually are applying via visa. And I do think there's definitely a lesser of two evils. And coming across the border with no paperwork and nothing at all is obviously worse than an applicant getting approved to come work.
Well, yeah, that's the same as saying that, you know, a serial killer and, you know, migrant soldier are completely different.
But so Phil, what do you think about the censorship on Twitter this week that's come out from Elon? Now, he hasn't actually explicitly said anything about it. I feel like he's kind of skirted around the topic. But what do you think about all the accounts that are against the H-1B that are either demonetized or have been removed as users?
Yeah, come on, Philly, hit us.
So, yeah, I'm very concerned about it.
I'm not.
Because I think Elon was the champion of free speech, and he had the power to continue spearheading it. But when he made a choice like what it seems like he made, it kind of makes him compromised. And he even, like, so he kind of lashed out. When you think about a super, you know, rich executive, you don't tend to see them respond the way Elon did with this. And he responded to somebody's post criticizing the H-1B with, I'm paraphrasing a little, but this is the wording. He said, "Why don't you go fuck yourself in the face? I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you have never seen."
Okay, well, I'm taking a few steps back here. No fucking way.
Yeah, he posted that.
That was the words he used.
Yes, he used those exact words.
Chat, I'm gonna go ahead and have to. My lord.
That's why I'm a little worried.
I'm a little bit worried now. Like, I just dropped my goddamn gumball.
Yeah, I think he is, Phil. I think he, and I'm still holding out hope he comes out and admits it. He comes out and admits it and goes, "Yes, I did this. Here's why," and maybe takes it back. But maybe we're just going to be left in the dark, and I really don't like that. And one of the reasons, you know, America was so good in the past was there was a system of checks and balances to prevent individuals from censoring each other, right? We had a document for that called, what is it? the Constitution.
Mm.
But we've kind of lost those checks and balances through years of legislation and pseudo laws, and we've lost a lot of the right to free speech. When you see individuals like Trump and Elon who've amassed so much power,
Or Luigi.
spearheading it, you're like, yes, somebody is coming back. Somebody with the power to make a change and get free speech back is coming. But then you see how limiting it is when they as individuals go against that belief.
It's almost a 75-25 split.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they are going to go ahead and say the most absurd shit
Mm-hmm.
for the 25%, give back.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, for everybody in the chat, Luigi. Look, for all those who are in favor of, compartmentalizing and also giving over the power to those that be, it does feel a little bit freeing to say, you're only free as we let you be.
Yeah. So we got somebody saying Trump wants to make an online Bill of Rights. Thoughts? So I think that could be good. I think there should be a way to integrate it into the Bill of Rights that already exists.
Mm.
And for me, Trump has maintained his reputation, to me, better than Elon has. And I know they're working together, but I still have more faith in Trump. Trump being pro free speech than Elon at this point. And I'm a little worried. I'm not like saying I'm against Elon at this point in any way, but I do think he's made a mistake here, and I'm hoping he changes it.
I believe, and this is me personally, AK.
Mm-hmm.
This is me personally. Putting the ban on Pornhub.
Well, Elon didn't do that.
No, but Trumpy Dad did.
So to be fair, the ban on Pornhub is a little bit.
It's a divisive.
No, it's a little bit inaccurate. So Pornhub, thinking they're so powerful, which they are powerful, in many ways did it themselves. So they're not actually banned in any state, I want to say, but Florida.
Mm.
And maybe not even there. What they did is a lot of states made them have to do age verification.
Age verification.
And them acting like little brats just go, oh, if you want to have us verify age, we're simply going to stop allowing our website in your state. So rather than them getting banned outright, all they got hit with was verify age for users, and they said, oh, we're not going to do that.
For all you free bodies at home, this is a completely un-American thing to do. Look, when watching porn becomes an age verifiable thing, I feel like that is a stomping on your rights.
So it's stomping on your rights to have to prove your...
If the government has to know that I like foot fetishes, then yes, I feel like
they don't have to know you like foot
they
fetishes.
They do, because I'm already verified. You don't think they're going to track that right next to the Google searches?
The government doesn't care what porn you're watching.
Do they not?
No.
Then why?
Are they
tracking me right now?
Well, they're tracking you for other reasons.
Okay, all of a sudden, because I have a comfort crochet on my backdraft, now all of a sudden, I am somebody to be watched.
All I'm saying is, Pornhub is banning themselves.
They're banning themselves due to the government making sure that it has to be banned. And now, I remember back in my time, before yours, AK, that we used to be able to watch porn.
You mean corn?
No, yes, we used to be able to watch Creamy Corn at that, and you know what? We had rights where even if we were a certain part of our lives.
So here's my thought. So for starters, we get somebody going. If you only knew how many underage people are watching it, are performing in it, you may change your mind.
Okay, well, performing, yes. Watching,
So
I'd be a very big hypocrite.
here's my thoughts. There are things that are definitely potentially bad for people to be exposed to,
Undoubtedly.
and it's not just adult content. It's also like alcohol or smoking and things of that nature. Anyone who really wants those things while being a minor tends to find a way to get them. I like the idea of having an added step of difficulty to procure something that isn't necessarily good for you. Like, because I don't think it's going to stop anybody
well, I mean,
necessarily. It's just going to make you have to do more work.
Okay.
And I think it's fine to do more work for something that could be negative to you.
Okay, and I will completely agree. For those who are underage, to have to go ahead and find, like Niles over the age to go ahead and get the software to go ahead and transport naughty images. However, I also feel like it is a very detrimental thing to go ahead and have the government be able to.
It's not like the
Weigh
government's
in.
directly involved per se. They're they're asking that the platform age verifies.
It's only a 10% tax raise. Yeah.
I don't think it's crazy. It's crazy.
As a country, we definitely didn't go ahead and, throw tea into the harbor for a 10% tax raise.
No, the hub is making a power play by banning itself, thinking it's going to cause enough of an uproar. It's going to cause enough of an uproar that people vote out the congressman who approved to age verify. They're just trying to be brats about it. They think they have the upper hand, and so they're self-banning.
Which, I mean, they do. Okay. When it comes to porn, for those who are underage, I completely get it. But
Pause.
But the licensing and the verification that comes into the meantime is just, it's a step too much. It's almost like gun verification with gun shooting range licensing. It feels like a step too far.
So let's transition this to one of our other topics for tonight.
Hit me.
The issue with human responsibility in the modern era.
Okay, so the tea in the harbor.
So being responsible has always been a good thing, right? Be responsible, do your job, take care of what needs to be taken care of, take care of the people you care about. Be responsible.
Do what you gotta do for you.
However, I think there's a problem that's developed today that we're not really aware of. We don't really understand what this problem is, and it's this. I think humans as a whole have done such a good job of being responsible. Now, don't get me wrong, we've had some fuck-ups. But we've done such a good job at being responsible. We've hit a point where people believe everything should be responsible to somebody. Everything that happens is someone else's fault now. That's the byproduct of being responsible is everything is now someone's fault.
What makes you think that? Name put in school shooter 2 parents at blank exclamation mark?
Because I look at how people respond to crises now and how they love to pass the blame. And what I'm saying is we live in raw nature. Like, we have civilized this earth to a degree, but it's a raw world. And death is real and brutality is real. And bad things happen.
See, I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty...
A little bit.
It is funny. But what I'm saying is,
I mean, we've got people like the Columbine shooter, and then they have their parents come out and they're like, "We had no idea,"
yeah,
and then they're like, "Oh well, you should be put up on that fucking 2x4 right along with your kid."
yeah. What I'm saying, people think everything should be
Attributed.
Yeah, a tsunami hits Japan, and social media would be flooded with, "How did they not know? How did they not evacuate 2 hours earlier?" The
Mexico should have already have sent a text.
Yeah. And how irresponsible of the people in charge. Like,
well, Italy should have seen that wave coming.
yeah, it's like there are things that are out of our control that legitimately it's no one's fault necessarily.
It's not necessarily, but like everyone wants somebody to blame.
Yeah, they want someone to blame.
Yeah. I mean, like we've got
It's because we're shadowed. We try to cloak ourselves from the fear of actual brutal reality. So we're like, so and so could have prevented it.
It's not me, it's that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, because we don't want to live in a world where a tsunami comes and kills our whole family and everything we've ever known or loved. So we choose to go instead. Well, we live in a world where that happens, but if the people in charge knew a little bit more, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, well, France, what you don't know, is 2 hours before us. So we, in Japan, we had no idea.
Exactly. And so I'm just going, everybody blames now on everything.
Yeah, and I mean, it's human nature. We want something physical to go ahead and point and go, it's not me.
Yeah. It's like a Karen effect almost.
Oh.
Like an example would be, not to say that people do that. Well, people do this, but this is an egregious example. You buy a stove. And you have that stove in your house for 15 years.
Let's go ahead and round it up to 20.
It's made thousands of great dinners and meals for your family, baked tons of cakes, a great stove.
A 365 for 20 years.
On year 16, the stove catches on fire. In the past, you might go, well, damn, I had it for 15 years. It's a good-ass stove. And yeah, these things happen. These things happen. Today, somebody might go, who the fuck manufactured this stove? They have put my family's life in jeopardy. They have put my emotional well-being in jeopardy. The security I had in my own house has been stolen from me. Black & Decker, you must pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who's responsible? Time is responsible.
Entropy
is responsible.
You would figure. You would think that, right?
But no, we control time and we control entropy. And these companies, they should have known the stove would catch on fire 16 years later.
Well, us on the podcast, you know, we control actual entropy. But for you mortals, it's called planned obsolescence.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Okay, so with older cars, you could go ahead and replace, like, what, 2 nuts, a bolt, and a part, and then you're good to go?
Yeah.
Try and do that on a 2016 Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Which Volkswagen, I'm calling you out.
Well, they're known for being over-engineered.
Oh my god, so much plastic. I have torn apart that engine with my, well, not these hands, but bare hands.
Yeah.
And nothing. But I paid $800 for somebody else to come through and do their bit on a 2016 Volkswagen on these plastic parts, and my god, it runs better than the Usain Bolt.
Hell no.
Nah, dude. I tell you, if he had tic-tacky legs with fucking reverberated goddamn paper clips, it wouldn't be that good. I tell you right now, it would.
Blame the man with the mustache. The chat is saying. I wonder who he's referring to.
Not me, because I'm almost clean shaven.
See, I just say all that to go. I think we blame too much on other people these days. We're not as responsible as we should be, but sometimes, and we've heard this before, shit happens. It just happens.
Oh my god.
We don't always have to blame someone or some organization, and that's part of the reason everyone's so scared these days. Like all these businesses,
we want it to be an organization. We want it to be some sort of Voldemort-esque feeling,
and everyone's like worried they're gonna be getting blamed, and it's like it's not that big a deal
for some shit that, again, you have no control over.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, we want it to go ahead and be something quantifiable.
The best person anyone can blame for society is their own self. When the tsunami hits Japan and you were on vacation, you shouldn't. I mean, hey, you signed up for it. It is what it is.
You're either here or you're part of the 51st state.
So, I'm curious, going into 2025, do you have any predictions for this new year? Like, what's going to happen in 2025? I'm talking about some off the wall, just something.
Let me go ahead and hit you with this one. P. Diddy is going to be accused of some awful shit.
Well, that happened in 2024.
And then Donald Trump will be accused of some awful shit.
I said wild predictions.
I am reaching beyond the ranch right now. My lasso is beyond the skepticism, but like, could you imagine Donald Trump pardoning, I don't know, his son from
P. Diddy?
No, I mean, like, some crazy wild shit, like, I don't know, child pornography and cocaine and, you know, being 85 over the speed limit.
Yeah.
I mean, could you even imagine? I'm reaching far out there right now.
So no predictions is what you have. No predictions for 2025.
I'm honestly praying that 2025 is just better than 2024.
I've got two.
Hit me.
The reason I'm going to give these two is every year, to myself, I make a prediction about. I have some insights on what's going to happen in the new year.
Then hit me.
And I'm always right, like 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 I get. And
well, if you're only making 2, then
I'm making 2.
Okay, then.
The first one is Blockbuster, the movie company, is going to return in 2025 in some form. Blockbuster is coming back in 2025. Note it.
Okay.
Yes.
Keep going.
Prediction number 2.
I want to pee a little. Keep going.
The oldest living person is going to be replaced in 2025 with somebody new. And I mean alive, not like the oldest having ever lived. There's going to be a new oldest living person.
Oh, boo. First one.
No, there's more to it.
The first one.
The oldest living person is going to get interviewed, as they always do, and they're going to be asked this question, what's the key to your longevity? They're going to respond
microplastics.
In an effect, this way. They're going to say something along the lines of, well, every year on my birthday, I ask myself, can I make it another year? And I said, fuck it, yeah, I'll do another one. That's going to be their answer.
I'm sorry.
Are you don't think Blockbuster's coming back? Bro, they're coming back. It's time. Yeah.
It's like Best Buy coming back.
They are coming back.
There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
Skirt.
They are pulling up. Blockbuster is pulling up to the block. They are coming back. Yeah.
Keep going.
That's it. Those are my two.
I'm sorry.
And well, dude, you're really gonna be eating it when they come back this year. You ain't gonna be able to handle it.
Oh god. Oh, Chad, I'm peeing a little. Oh my god.
He is peeing a little. For those at home, I'm smelling it for the both of us.
There's no fucking way.
You're welcome for my sacrifice.
No. That's right up there with Best Buy replacing Walmart. There's no fucking...
Yes.
Chat, there's no way that Blockbuster's coming back.
Blockbuster will be back.
Blockbuster might make a comeback, but it's not coming back.
So,
It'll be like Brick Breakers.
so did you hear about the study that came out about hypochondriacs?
No, lay it on me.
So you know what a hypochondriac is?
Yeah, I'm keep going. Back.
Planes have been crashing like crazy. The past week we've had past 2 weeks like 4 planes. We just got someone in the chat saying a plane just crashed into a warehouse in California.
Well, California is a hellscape, so what's one plane to that? So,
what warehouse was it? What company? I'm curious. Yeah, but the study about hypochondria. So, come to find out, people who are diagnosed hypochondriacs, they found out they have an 80-something% chance of death, of all-cause mortality.
Okay, so a hypochondriac thinks they have cancer. There's an 80% chance that they do get cancer.
Well, not necessarily. Let me show you these numbers, because this is a bigger topic.
Okay, 1 second. Let me.
Because the topic, I'm going to read them out. This topic falls into the power of belief, which is obviously a huge part of what this podcast is about.
Yeah, well, I believe in this podcast.
So if you're at home and you go, I don't really believe in the power of belief. I believe in data and facts and numbers and statistics.
The yada yada.
And patterns. I want to tell you these numbers. So listen to this. People who are diagnosed with hypochondria these are the stats. They had a 60% higher risk of death from natural causes. That would constitute disease as well and other things of that nature.
So many diseases.
So that's a pretty high number.
So
These
much.
are the real kickers when I talk about the power of belief.
Yeah.
They have a 243% higher risk of death from unnatural causes, accidents, and injuries.
Okay, so we're talking like bus hits?
Yes. Meaning, if you were thinking you might die from cancer on the regular,
You might die from bussy.
your chance of getting hit by a bus is up 240%.
So much bussy.
So what does that tell you about the power of belief? These aren't correlated things. Dying from cancer and getting your ass smeared on the sidewalk.
What it means is when Mercury is in retrograde, your chances of getting hit by bussy is so much higher. If retrograde isn't within Mercury's, satellite regions and your chakras aren't aligned, your chances of getting hit by bussy.
Yeah, it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. Okay, I'm gonna finish up on that point, but it gets better. Okay, what else am I saying? Oh, okay, all I'm saying is, dude, if you think you're dying of some disease, you just up your chances of dying from a car or a plane or you get struck by lightning.
Or even a flying toilet seat from a crashing jet.
What I was gonna say was, so that goes to show, even thinking about your own death,
it's manifestation.
It does. It has a manifesting quality, even thinking about it. So
just even believing that it could happen could make it happen.
It increases the chances.
So chat, believe you are immortal.
Yes. Well, it would help. It is a better mental model for survival to think. Here was the case I made. Okay, listen. If thinking you're gonna die from disease increases your chance of death by X% versus the general public, imagine how much decreased your chance of death might be if someone told you you were, let's say, a super genetic specimen. From birth, you were told you've got a superior immune system, superior genes.
You're the alpha.
You were bred to live as long as humanly possible.
You were born between a sigma and an alpha, so you were the Samalka.
I guarantee you that group of people would have longer survival. They would have longer lifespans. I guarantee it.
I'm sorry, I'm still picturing a goddamn person getting X'd by a goddamn bus.
Here's the joke of the night. And this is a bit of dark humor, but I find this so fucking hilarious. Get ready. This is funnier. Okay, you ready? It's more stats about hypochondriacs.
Hit me.
If you're a hypochondriac, I'll just go through them again and add the last one. You have a 60% higher risk of death from natural causes. You have a 240% higher risk chance of death from unnatural causes.
Bussy.
And you have a 414% higher risk of death from suicide.
No.
So you spend all this time worrying.
No fucking way that hypochondriacs think that the last thing that's going to kill them is going to kill them.
Imagine you spend 10 years thinking you're dying from some illness. And at the end of it, you just blew your own head off.
Oh my god, they Jeffrey Epstein themselves? Get fucked. No way.
Yeah.
Chat, go ahead and check this.
So I found that hilarious.
No fucking way.
That's just hilarious to me.
People that are in a Best Buy are more likely to go ahead and get hit by a bus.
So what does that mean for those at home? What can you do to capture the upside of this? I genuinely believe there's an upside to this downside.
I believe it's going to Circuit City.
The upside is if a hypochondriac can increase their chance of death in every capacity, then the opposite of a hypochondriac can increase their chance of survival in all capacity.
What you need to do, chat, is to go ahead and manifest your entire integrity to not be in a Best Buy and get hit by a Badussy.
When you're sick, you're not sick. You're tired. You're feeling down. Okay?
You're feeling a little bit lower.
Yeah. You're not sick. When you feel like you're going to die, you're actually going to live.
See, that's one of the beautiful things. Like, I don't believe what you're saying at all.
Yeah.
However, I do believe in what not Drunken Trestle, but Duncan Trestle says, which is, I'm not sick, but I'm getting better day by day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I really believe. We got to do the opposite. The opposite.
I'm sick as fuck, and I feel shittier each day that I survive.
Maybe you could try and speedrun hypochondria into an early demise.
Okay, well, hypochondria is a shit-ass mindset.
Yes.
And the only way to go ahead and expedite yourself through that is to go ahead and realize that you're fine. But if you're not, then see a doctor. Boom. Speed run. Done.
Well, that's just helping your hypochondria. I'm speaking towards the opposite. Hypochondria.
Nontochondria.
Instead of hyper?
Nonochondria. Nonochondria.
No chondria.
Cryo?
Yeah. There was a discussion about what this type of person would be called. The Ubermensch. The Uber.
Oh, the
Uber.
The Alpha Chad?
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck those people. Yeah. Chat, I love you. Love every one of you. But if you never have gotten sick in your lives, and you just believe that this is just a mindset, oh my God, get wrecked. I have...
Sickness is a mindset.
Oh my God. We're gonna fist fight after this podcast chat.
So, I believe in the power of belief so much that I think most of the binary assigned value of things only came to be due to a conglomeration of that belief.
I believe that illness comes from single cells becoming inefficient and ineffective against bacteria.
Then you don't know ARP.
Oh,
Then
I
you don't know ARP.
Oh, I don't know ARP. You don't know science.
I don't need to know science.
You need to know. Oh,
I know what created science. Belief.
Oh, chat. You know what?
Do you know
I'm
why?
Done. I'm done.
Listen,
I can't even.
do you know why
I can't even with this man.
Jesus rose?
Oh, Jesus! Get
He
off
believed.
the cross! Get off the cross!
He
We need the wood.
believed.
Get off the cross! We need the wood for penicillin. Get the fuck! I can't even. You know what? Chat, we're done.
This
we're
science.
done. We're done with
this
this.
science.
We're done with this.
Believe.
We're done with this.
Yep. So the fur man has departed due to his lack of belief, which isn't uncommon. But remember, belief is all there is. It's all there ever was. All these facts, all this science. It was founded in belief. It was developed in belief.
Like he said, Muhammad is the way.
And he believed.
Yeah. That we were made out of fire and not dirt, and that we should all say Shalom Halak Kam.
It's sometimes better to not know things
Mm-hmm.
because knowing them harms your belief.
Yeah, well, assalamu alaikum.
Scientists are always trying to prove belief is not powerful, and they are failing. Of course they're failing.
Well,
Because they're filthy non-believers.
Well, I mean, most publicized book in the entire reality is the Bible or the Bible.
Science is really like this. Science is like a bunch of undisciplined kids, and the parents aren't home.
Mm-hmm.
And then belief, who happens to be Big Daddy, G, belief, walks in the door.
Mm-hmm.
All the kids shut the fuck up and listen. That's what facts and science is to belief.
Okay.
Immature children.
Okay, so Carl Sagan, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Bill Nye, the Science Man.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're children in the face of raw belief.
Allah.
We all know this deep down.
There is so much going on in my headspace right now.
Is it belief coming in?
No, it is disrespect for the sciences.
I don't disrespect science.
Oh,
It has
all
its
of
place.
a sudden we're all on a flat
it has
plane.
its place.
Oh, does it now?
Yeah.
He does not respect the sciences, people.
No, I don't respect it.
Oh, okay. So we're on a flat plane right now.
We're on an equal plane.
What about gravity? What about them peanuts butter? This is science. I'm just saying. In your Bible, where are them dinosaurs? And I'm going to go ahead and leave it on that.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Good night, chat. Where are them dinosaurs in them Bibles?
Remember, deep down, they're where they always were. in
the
belief.
in the best part, Jurassic Parake.
Boston in the kitchen.
Believe
Boston.
See you guys.
Test positive, stay negative.
And believe.